Welcome to the channel, guys. Today we're going to be talking about Wood Neroli by Bvlgari, so stay tuned for that. And if you like the content, guys, hit that like and subscribe button. I really do appreciate it. Wood Neroli is one of the many flankers to the Bvlgari Man line, and this one I believe was released 2019, and it is a fresher take on the wood essence. So it's actually, I believe, the flanker of a flanker. So this is one that has now been out for a while. It can be found on discounters. One of the reasons why I got it, I knew it would eventually be there and I didn't want to pay full retail. I found this for, I believe, $42 on Fragrance X. I want to say it was Fragrance X, but it was one of those discounters, so you can find bottles of this for a very reasonable price. Now, what do I get from this fragrance? This is a really nice, fresh scent. It is in the same genre as something like Neroli Portofino. It does have a very prominent Neroli note, especially in the opening. It has that nice, I almost want to call it prickly Neroli feel to it. But I also get a really nice dose of lemon, which is very uplifting. It has a very nice citric element, and there is a hint of bergamot. I don't get a lot, but I do get a hint of that. This one does come off in the opening a little bit like Bvlgari cologne, although it definitely is not as soapy. It does have a little bit of that sort of fresh Irish clean bar of soap vibe, but it's not nearly as soapy. I find Bvlgari cologne to sometimes have, you can almost smell or feel the suds on it. This definitely does not have that soapy aspect, but it does definitely have that nice clean feel to it. In the opening, when you get that Neroli and you get these citrus elements mixing, it's really actually very nice. It has a little bit of brightness to it. It's clean, it's fresh, it's a little bit uplifting. And there's almost something that comes off a little bit watery, not aquatic, but almost a watery vibe to this one. As this one dries down, that Neroli tones down, the citrus elements start to burn off, and primarily what I get is a much more woody scent. I will say at times the cedar in the dry down does have a little bit of a generic vibe to it, but ultimately it does dry down as a nice woody scent. It does have still a little bit of that Neroli for into the mid and into the dry down, but definitely after 4 or 5 hours on my skin, it is dominated by the woody notes. The performance on this one is also pretty good, so I do get between that 6 to 8 hour mark, and the projection is actually quite nice, so I will get nice sillage off this one, easily into the 3 and 4 hour mark. I'll still get a little whiff of that Neroli, a little whiff of the woody essence if I move around or whatever the case may be. So I do think that's pretty good, especially for the kind of fragrance that this is. Now, projection, good solid projection for about 2 hours. It's not an absolute beast mode, but it definitely has projection. I can definitely smell this one from across the room, a small room. Definitely a small room when I spray it on a test strip or something else. So it does push off those strips. It does push off also off my skin. A nice, few foot radius. Not, really close to the skin, but not beast mode. This is one of these fragrances that you can wear most any time. It's very inoffensive. It's very versatile. It's very easy to wear. The biggest thing I would say is it's not really a winter or fall fragrance because it isn't really strong, even if it does have fairly good performance, fairly good projection. So it is probably better versatile spring, summer fragrance. It's fresh, it's light, it's easy to wear, it's inoffensive, it's fairly mass appealing as well, I think. And this is a nice fragrance all in all. Now, overall, I will say it is a fairly simple fragrance, and that is not always a bad thing. I know a lot of people talk about complex fragrances that develop, and all those kinds of things, and those can be very nice, but I also find that for me, I do really enjoy fragrances that are simple sometimes. I don't always want something that is going to be ever-changing. If it has a really nice opening and dry down, a lot of times that's all I need, and it doesn't have to be something that changes radically. This one, if it's what you're looking for, I think it's definitely an excellent pickup. The price is definitely right, so if you want something that's fresh, clean, woody Neroli fragrance, this is definitely something you should check out. But it is also, as I was saying, definitely versatile enough to wear this one to more formal occasions because it is very professional, clean smelling. So it's something you can wear in the office. It's also something you can wear just casually if you want. And it's just an easy to wear fragrance. Easy to pick this one up. and easy to wear. So I do like this one a lot. I'm happy that I did manage to find this for a good price, because I think the $40 price point is extraordinarily reasonable for what this is. And yeah, I think it's a good pickup. So if you do like Neroli fragrances, if you're looking for something like an alternative to Bvlgari cologne, or something an alternative to like Neroli Portofino, it doesn't smell like either one of those really, but it's in the same sort of genre there. If you're looking for those types of fragrances, this is definitely something you should check out. Anyways, guys, that's it for this one. Leave a comment down below. What's your favorite Neroli fragrance? And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.